Ruler can bring them in. There's the hover on the Taliyah you were talking about.
It's really strong in the comp they have because they have what Jinair won with against Afrika. You remember that Taliyah Skarner to go for the turrets, and they have Caitlyn to set up there as well. So very strong turret-taking comp with the Taliyah if it's drafted, even though it's not Ian's comfort.
It's almost too perfect to give up.
Do we see a support pick here, or is it going to be that Sion support? It's a blind pick. KSV have actually left counter pick for Core JJ. Will cement, it seems like, the Sion for top lane. The Swain here would just send the crowd over the edge. They're not ready for it. Would have to censor the cheers. The cheers will not come. It will be the Tom Kench from Max. So we got very strong siege coming through from MVP. Caitlyn rolls up. The Weaver's Wall goes behind a turret, and Skarner threatens the all-in. Very clear comp from the side of MVP. Core JJ takes 0 seconds to lock in the Braum. An old favorite of his, has been on Taric duty for the majority of the season. Core JJ 10 games of Taric, 5-3, so still positive win rate on the Braum, but nothing is looking that clean for KSV anymore. And look at the KSV comp, very strong team fighting. Juve on the Camille for the first time in a while. Sion's the brick wall. It'll take a long time for him to break through. MVP, I like their draft in terms of identity, but KSV definitely have a draft that can turn on as the items start to roll in. They get an advantage through bot lane. If Camille can teleport in, Ezreal with 2 items roams through, there's definitely ways to answer MVP's comp. But if the nameplates are off, I'm a bigger fan of MVP's comp than I am KSV's.
Certainly. I think it's a really nice composition. As you've been saying, the TK definitely will help out against some of the pick that KSV...
If they use an 18-second cooldown in response to your 6-second cooldown, you feel pretty good about that. So I'm interested to see what the skill order is. We finally see a different matchup. We've had Camille once before against the Sion. I believe that was the Kingzone game earlier this week. So second time we're seeing the matchups. Ian just decides to take most of his health bar.
It's walking through the Sand Soldiers. A strategy as old as time, as actually the early gank is going to be Haru coming up here. ADD's in a lot of trouble, getting stunned up by that hook shot. Flashing away. He's going to trade 2 for 1 on the flashes, but first blood will go over to Haru very early on.
At the same time, Beyond went to the Raptors, so wouldn't have been in position to chasing down.
He's going in the dive and he gets it. What the hell?
KSV confidently above is getting bigger and bigger. It's really awkward stuff here for KSV. Game's definitely not over, and yeah, this is the turret dive attempt.
There's no flash, even with the ward. That's the knock-up into the seismic shove, and Kive might be saying goodbye, but ADD, they went a little bit too far. They want that last kill. They will get it. Actually give that one over to Ian as the cover comes in for that, but looks like they're going for bot lane, actually.
ADD still has his flash also, by the way.
Ruler trying to get out of here. He's going to show. Here comes the Weaver's Wall. Going to get in front of that one. And the flash. And Ruler doesn't even flash away. Beyond too quick. And Core JJ getting hit by the seismic shove. I feel like this tilt is spreading to other lanes, Papa.
You never want to use the T word because it's such a proud team. It's the world champions. Their mindset has always been one of their cornerstones. But everything that could have gone wrong has. How about a bonus kill?
The Abyssal Voyage comes in and a Cloud Drake. Perhaps his collateral damage. Gonna wall or anything like that. Just wants to get some poke down. Beyond thinking about an engage on the Haru, is taking a bit of damage himself. Not gonna go for it. Will be forced to be devoured, but interestingly enough, they zone out KSV and they get some nice damage here. And even the seismic shove onto Ruler, but look at that, the Taliyah just way too out in the front. Is gonna be chunked down. But in the end, it will be Pilot goes down, and eventually Ian does trade 1 back, which is kind of a consolation prize after that engage.
Just a bonus at the end, makes it a 1 for 2. Right fight, very good accuracy on the Glacial Prison from Haru. Finds his man. The Liandry's Rush is the reason they were able to do so much damage on the back end, and that's why Ruler went down. Still topside. This timing was so smart because they hit the Glacial Prison as the Devour was unavailable.
Observer needs to get on it, and it looks like that should be the kill into the Devour. They just need to save Beyond from here. And Max,
he wants more.
Tom Kench could go for a second one here. No stun is going to land as Haru just disengaged with his own stun.
Only a 1-course meal for the Tom Kench. No second course this time, but was enjoying it nonetheless. I love it. This is super smart from KSV. They got it.
They have no idea. Now KSV comes in, helps out with the tank. Even Crown can get in there. ADD cannot get in, and that wall is just going to potentially lead to Ian doing a bit of damage here in the front line. He's got some help now. Crown in a bit of trouble, but that's Hintuaniel coming out here. Looks like Crown is going to get out eventually, but the taste is on. 1 kill goes in here. Ian looking for more. Looks like it should just be 2 on the back end for that Baron.
The 2 deaths, and QV will pick up the bot lane out towards a massive win for the side of KSV. We've seen that Baron a couple of times this season. Over the wall from Crown at the start into. Just only 1 ward, just the zombie ward. They're gonna start it.
They're doing it. Okay, here we go.
T-Boy's coming.
They're gonna commit to a TP.
Deep
they
TP from Camille.
This is
it's an MVP Baron.
MVP. They're gonna flip the dice here. Let's see what they can do. It's gonna get pretty low. Can they actually stop the DPS? They're gonna try to turn here, but Pilot in the back, he gets taken out by QV, and the huge Emperor's Divide. See you later. Everybody on MVP is gonna go down. A very unfortunate engage for MVP, trying to force that Baron. KSV punish them hard.
They peel off the Baron for the first time, and who can remember? And it costs them even further. Camille doesn't even need to use the Hextech ultimatum in the fight. 1 precision protocol, and goodbye Caitlyn, goodbye MVP. And that should be enough for KSV to get the death knell on the comp of MVP and eventually close out the game.
Just like that, a huge swing. You don't see an ace like that every day here in competitive play, but we've criticized Devoured, so bit of a mistake there, but he might just get out as he hook shots over the wall. Ian, though, wants to say no, and will do just that. So they finally get the pick onto the Camille.
He eventually dies. He gets the inhibitor turret, but not the inhibitor itself. That is, she's in the face of the Scion for now. Turning onto the Tahm Kench.
The grab here actually onto Crown, but there's that stopwatch you were talking about. No doubt a trap is going to come in, but it actually doesn't get out to him. And Crown has done a disengage here. Now the front line of MVP is being chopped down. That's going to be the Tahm Kench taken away. Meanwhile, we got ADD losing a fight against Camille, who's coming up, looking for Pilot, and that's going to be the grab. They are going to get that carry, and it should be the game here now for KSV as they get onto Caitlyn. They're looking for the end.
The Baron positioning wall was enough as QV cleans up another.
Yep, see you later. Gonna take out that last carry and move in with this bottom wave. KSV saying we will not go down without a fight. They sub in Haru, look a bit better, to sticking with it after that rough early game in game number 1, and they are going to tie it up here. We're going to game 3.
This game represents so much for KSV. KSV staring intently at the screen. They know that if they lose here, their playoff hopes, which are still very decent, get more remote with a loss. They would move to 6-6, a 50% win rate after starting the season so fruitfully. I mean, they were 4-1